Welcome back on this glorious and amazing day. And let's continue on where we left off last week about the greatness about giving and how it actually benefits you. So last week I might have gotten you depressed telling you that you got to put money into the bank account. You'll never see that money. The only thing you're going to see is the interest. However, I want to not change it totally, change it a little bit. You might not have access to that money that you invested in your bank account, besides what you could pull out as the interest. However, each and every dollar in the bank account has your name, which is your accomplishments, your greatness. So it's not that you're putting in 10, 20, 100, $1,000 in a bank account in your spouse. You're building yourself up. That you see, wow, I've accomplished, I've saved up this amount of money, a larger amount of money. So the analogy with the reality is not exactly the same. It's only the best analogy that I have so far. This story came to me, and it's a phenomenal story that I think will shed light in what means giving and how giving doesn't seem attractive at the moment when you give, because it's not the love as you the whole time thought, which is the now and the romantic and sexy and beautiful vibes that you always received. It's all about giving, but with that giving there's even a higher and deeper level of love, as I will share with you in the story. And the story happened with me. It was in 1997. Wow, it's almost 30 years ago. That's after I bought my original home in Toronto, Canada. At that time it was very expensive, give or take $270. And you'll soon see why I'm telling you the value, even though I don't talk about these things publicly, but it's important to share the value, how it connects to the fascinating story. And one of the things that this house was missing was a deck. You had sliding doors sliding doors in the back of the house, and 2 or 3 cement steps that just dropped into the backyard. I visualized a nice wood deck. And the Lord has given me the talent of building. So at that time I invested, I believe it was about $1,700 within building the foundation, the deck, the fence, and so on and so forth. I worked extremely hard. It wasn't good vibes that came to me. It was similar to love as a verb. And finally, I forget after how long, the deck was completed. And I'll never forget one of the greatest moments in my life that taught me so much. And now you're gonna enjoy the story as well. I sat in the backyard on a bench and just looking at this deck with great pride, inner joy, and there's no other way to be able to describe it. It was just tremendous. It was actually beyond what words could describe. And then this what I thought was a very funny thought came to me, but as I looked at it, it wasn't funny at all. I sat there, it was getting dark, and the feeling of joy in the heart was tremendous. And I said, if it ever happens that no one is in the home and the entire home gets burned down, I just hope this deck won't get touched. And like a jolt, like my whole body jerked, and I go, what are you talking about? And obviously there was judgment, trying to figure out that feeling. Wait, 270,000 could burn. I know you're not worried because of insurance. That's a huge amount. This is just a very trivial deck, $1,700. Yeah, I understand you made it. I understand you didn't work on it for 30 years. You worked on it for a week or 2, and you complete it. It's cool, it's nice. But you sit there and imagine the house burned down, and as long as you get your insurance, you're fine because no one is in the house. You'll buy another house. At that moment, I guess, because it was just a few months be living in the house, I didn't have that deep connection to the house. But still, the question was so powerful. But in my life, ladies and gentlemen, there is no judgment. There's just understanding. So I sat and I continued on this dialogue in my brain. And I asked the question, so why is it? And before I even had a chance to look for an answer, as you could see on my face, the answer came to me. The answer is this entire video, this entire series. That is love. I put in a certain amount for a down payment. The bank gave me the rest. I did not invest in the house. It was just trivial. It was money. Oh, so if the house burns down, the insurance pays me, I can build another house, maybe a brand new house, or get into a house that's even nicer in 2 months later. And now we all know what we're talking about, because look how many homes was burned down in LA. So this is so real. Every single inch, every single cell of that deck was mine. I put my talent, I put my sweat, I put my frustration. This was the first deck I've ever built in my life. And it wasn't like YouTube today, you get all the answers. I don't even know where I got my answers. I had to speak to builders. I didn't use the internet. Was the internet? Yeah, the internet was around, but I don't think I used it. I didn't even have it at home. Maybe I just got my internet then. Maybe I found out, yeah, I didn't even go to Home Depot. It was before Home Depot came to Toronto. I forget the name of the lumber store that I got my stuff in North York. That deck is our spouse. If you come into marriage to receive, it might work for a week, for 2, for a month, for a year, and you're gonna get frustrated. Because usually both people want to receive, and both people are getting frustrated and falling apart because they're not receiving what they want. Their needs are not being met. But none of these two parties actually know that marriage and love and parenting is a verb. It's taking actions in giving, not into receiving. Please join me next week, and we will continue with this fascination of how love can actually work, not destroy a marriage. Because when love is a noun, and that's all you know, there's a 99.9% that your marriage will go down the tubes. However, if you understand the marriage as a verb, holy moly, like you'll see next week how it works. Bless you, and thank you for listening, and thank you for remembering that you're way greater than you are, and thank you for noticing me too for a second. Yeah, that helps the channel, and maybe another person will be helped because you clicked on the button. Because the more people that like the video and that clicked on the thumbs up, then the algorithm shares it to other people. However, do not click on the thumbs up if you disagree or really do not like this content, because I want you to be authentic. I want you to be you.